Bees on the table, bees on the table, bees on the table.
Spent months in the corner, just me and my bag. I'm used to this, I'm known to that. I know I just gotta adapt. Hey, let's wait on your Spotify rap.
Good morning, boys. Welcome to the first ever vlog. Today I will be taking you guys through a realistic day in the life as a young day trader. If you guys don't know me, let me introduce myself really quickly. My name is Ravi. I am 16 years old and I live in Europe. I do day trading for a living and I make content. And this is the first time I'm kind of switching up my style of content, because most of the time you guys will just see me post educational content about trading. And you know, I also want to switch it up and show you guys the other side of me that you guys don't know, which is just a realistic day in the life. I think you guys can get some pretty useful information out of that, and I think it can. I don't think it will be inspiring, but it's just a realistic day in life, which I wanted to show you guys. So we do have some stuff on the planning. I tried making this at 9 a.m. but the audio just wouldn't work. It's already 10 now, and I think I finally got it fixed. So we do gotta hit the gym pretty quickly. I was planning to go to the gym at 10, but now it's already 10, so we are in a bit of a hurry. Market opens at 3:30 p.m. for me, and I'll also show you guys what I do during trading, before trading, and after trading. Just my whole trading routine I think can be pretty useful. So we're gonna wake up, put on some clothes, get myself ready, and actually wake up. Then we're gonna get some breakfast. I live in a pretty huge house, a huge garden, and we have our own chickens, and there's basically where I get my eggs from, and we both grow a whole bunch of fruits. So that's most of the time just my breakfast. We're gonna get that real quick. Then gonna hit the gym, wanna go to the barber. Then we're gonna trade, have a Q&A, and we're gonna make some videos today. So pretty interesting day. Also gonna meet up with some friends probably. And yeah, that is probably just going to be the whole day. Stay tuned for the Q&A, because I think that will be very interesting. It is questions that you guys sent in through the Instagram. So welcome, and I appreciate you guys watching. And let's first get ready for the day. Look at that, we secured the breakfast. It is now 11:12 in my time. I gotta take my water and some creatine. And yeah, we're gonna munch up this breakfast and then we're gonna head straight to the gym. Ready to go to the gym. We have the New Balance on the feet. For the rest, it's just a very easy fit. Got a little hat. I don't usually wear hats, but recently, my mullet, bro. I really need to go to the barber. My hair is way too fucking long, so yeah, that's that. That's my room. It's a bit messy now. Gotta clean that up. But yeah, let's go to the gym and hit a nasty back and bicep.
I can't move on, baby doll. Waiting on calls, flipping through stations. I'm outclassed, it's outrageous. I'll take it all, baby doll. Whatever's been weighing you down. Find me on Miami concrete, looking for somebody different, cause my daddy was a pimp. My mama had issues, but I miss her anyway. Oh, baby doll, please don't call me for the wrong reason. We both know exactly what I'm thinking. Weeks pass and I never grow tired, cause I never said never and I barely ever lie. I'm on the road to an original.
Okay, little change of plans. As you can see, we are not in the gym anymore because we already wrapped up the workout. We had a W workout. I am absolutely destroyed. We are now back home. The reason why we had a little change of plans while I boot up the PC is because, of course, in the planning, it doesn't really go according to my schedule. So I'm not able to go to the barber anymore. I guess we just have to live one more day with this mullet. So market opens in 1.5 hours. I don't want to risk it going to the barber now. It takes 20 minutes to get there, then I have to wait 20 minutes and he cuts me for 20 minutes and I have to go 20 minutes back. So yeah, I think that's almost 1.5 hours. My room is an absolute mess, so I guess the best thing right now is we have about an hour left before I gotta hop on the charts, hop on the Discord, you know, everything to prepare myself for trading. I like to boot up Trading View and start up the Discord and everything about 30 minutes before market opens. So we have about an hour left. And yeah, wait, I can just show you guys. My room is an absolute mess right now. So right there is where I had my phone. It is 2 p.m. as you can see, almost 2 p.m. So market opens in 1.5 hours. So I have my breakfast, some other stuff. I'm going hiking in a few days, so gotta prepare for that as well. Also have some stuff laying right there and on my bed. So basically my whole room is just a mess right now. So I think the best way to prepare yourself for market open is also be in a clear environment. So yeah, let's do that real quick. And stop the fucking timer. Clean. Everything is fucking clean, and it is now 13 minutes past 2, so we did about 10 minutes, but nobody really cares because everyone is waiting for market open right now. So that's the problem when you live in Europe. Market opens like in the middle of the day. In the morning you just really gotta find stuff to do, otherwise you'll just get bored. And especially when I don't have school right now, because normally I just go to school from like 9 a.m. to around 2 to 3 p.m. But now, especially on vacation, like when we don't have school, you just really gotta fill in your mornings. And yeah, to be honest, it's pretty boring, mainly because I don't know what the fuck to do. I just wake up, I go to the gym, make some content, and then I trade, and that's basically my whole day. But if I go to the gym in the morning, then I don't have anything else to do in the evening. So yeah, I gotta find some stuff to do. That's why I did a Q&A. But yeah, basically the rest, I do want to get my 10k steps in. So that's basically the rest of the stuff that I want to do today. I want to get my 10k steps in. I'll probably go on like a little 30-40 minute walk right now, just to fill the time before market opens. And then after, so that's basically, I'm gonna go on a walk right now, go on a little 40-minute walk until market opens. I'm gonna do my pre-market analysis, send that in the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord already, join it up. Send my buys in there to all my little signal bots. Then I'm gonna trade, hopefully catch a little Judas swing, be done like 10 minutes into market open. But I think it's a no news Monday. It's also CPI week, so we'll have to see what today has to offer. After market closes around 11 a.m. EST, so 11 a.m. New York time, which will be 5 p.m. my time, I gotta hop on a call with the Discord. Normally that's around an hour long. Yeah, gonna do that, and then it's already 6. I'm gonna eat some dinner, and then going to answer the Q&A and probably just chill for the rest of the evening. Also want to upload some reels, trying to grow the Insta. If you haven't followed the Insta already, go do that real quick. Trying to follow that, or trying to grow that. Also been posting some gym content, basically started yesterday, but I also want to implement that a little bit because my life is more than just trading. That's like 2 hours of my day. And yeah, the rest of my day I like to just, you know, be outside, go to the gym, be outside, enjoy the sun, eat healthy. And yeah, just that's basically it. I'm gonna go on a little walk right now, and I'll catch you boys for market open. Peace. Yo, look at what I just found. I still don't know the name of these, but let's test out if they are edible or not. Also, look at where I am. I've been living here for quite some time, a few years, but I don't think I would ever want to move to a big city. Even though all the Miami LARPers say that it's good for you, I don't know if I agree. I like this peace, quiet. There's some guy working right now here and it's making noise, but for the rest, I enjoy it here. I don't think I'd move to like a huge city. I'd rather live on a farm somewhere in the mountains of Switzerland, grow my own food, and then live on my own there. But yeah, let's try this thing out. Bon appetit. Okay, market is about to open. It is 15 minutes until market open. So let's go over how I find my bias. I apologize for the webcam. It is very shit, but it's what it is. So on the higher time frame, on the daily time frame, what can we see? We are obviously in this market maker buy model. So we have sell side of the curve, and now we are in the right side, the buy side of the curve. We have a shit ton of all of these low resistance highs, just all of these slanted highs here, leading up to all-time highs. And if we take a look over on ES, we are already trading at all-time highs here. So all-time highs are around there. Now what can we see on the daily as well? We just hit this daily bullish for value gap. We perfectly wick the CE, the midpoint of this gap here, and we start to trade higher. Obviously still bullish. We are disrespecting these bearish gaps while we are respecting these bullish gaps, clearly giving us a bullish bias. Now what can we look for after we have identified that we are going to be bullish? What can we look for to target? Well, looking higher here on the 4-hour and the daily, we have all of these low resistance highs, all of these relative equal highs. So we have this high there, we have this high right there. Unfortunately, we already swept out that high, but we have this high here, and then this devil's mark, which is a wickless candle. So look at this candle, doesn't have a wick. That is also a nice draw. So we have all of these relative equal highs in line with our bias. So, and we're clearly trading towards these highs. So this can be a very nice draw for either today or maybe tomorrow or the rest of the week. Expecting it to be ran today, just because of how close we are. It's only like little 300 points away. So we could definitely see this being a draw today. Now onto like our internal structure here on the higher time frame. We can see we are disrespecting these bearish gaps. And we are still currently respecting these bullish gaps. But this 1 hour gap will be my condition. If we start to inverse this 1 hour gap to the downside, I'll probably be a bit more short-term bearish, so maybe even to like these lows down here. But for now, I'm definitely still bullish given our higher time frame. So I'm expecting this 1 hour gap to hold. I'm expecting this to be a protected low right here after this sweep. So I'm definitely expecting today to be bullish and probably take out our range highs here on the 4 hour chart. So I have my eyes on these for like the longest time, for like probably like 2 weeks already. And I think now will probably be the day that we finally take out these highs. So yeah, let's see what market open gives us in about 10 minutes. One thing I do quickly want to add to that bias is, of course, if you go over to Forex Factory, today is Monday. It is a no news Monday. And like historically, these no news Mondays tend to be pretty slow and pretty choppy. So we either chop on no news Mondays or we go straight to the DOL on no news Mondays. So we can expect either like some slow chop here, probably a slow chop higher, or market open just rips up and takes out all of the DOLs. But it is also CPI week and it's a no news Monday. So I'm expecting today to be pretty slow, but of course we're going to stay patient, follow our rules, and see what the market has to give us. I'll see you boys after the trading session. Let's see if I take any trades. 11 and we just wrapped up the trading. Show you guys the trade. I took one trade. I'll show you guys the trade that I took. It was basically this 1 minute long here after we got a little 1 minute inversion right there plus our CISD. Took it up to this wick or our higher unfilled 1 hour gap right there. We had delivery from this huge 30-minute gap right here. I'll mark it out real quick. We had delivery from this 30-minute gap. We reswept our internal low, got a stop hunt at the lows, and then follow that up by a nice displacement, getting our 1 minute CISD plus IVG. That is where I enter. I did go break even at this internal high because I wasn't sure if this was going to be a high resistance draw right here. This 50-minute high just traded away from this bearish gap right there, so looked like pretty looks like a pretty high resistance draw. So preferably didn't want to hold my full position to there, and that's why I went break even there. And we also had a 50-minute rejection block there. So yeah, that's basically the only trade that I ended up taking. For the rest, we just ended up chopping and didn't get much else today. So yeah, that is it for the trading. It is now around 10 past 11. I don't really trade after 11. What we'll do right now is hop on the Discord, hop on a quick call with the Discord, do a little recap call. Pretty straightforward day, a lot of chop. Hope they did well. So yeah, let's see. You're gonna hop on the call real quick with them and then probably gonna eat some dinner after. Just wrapped up the call. It is 6:06 right now. It's been about an hour and 10 minutes long call. Pretty good though, dropped a lot of sauce. I won't record that, but I'm gonna eat some dinner with my family and then yeah, answer the Q&A, see if we can make a quick backtesting video for you guys, and probably end the day by editing this video. So I'm gonna eat dinner, then come back, do the Q&A for you guys. On Instagram, you guys asked a lot of questions, do the Q&A, and then that will basically wrap up the day for me. Yeah, see you guys there. Okay, the first question is from Quentin. He asked, how come you chose trading as a business model? Why not dropshipping, etc.? So the first thing that really comes to mind when reading this question for me is I've done multiple business models in the past. I have tried all of these. I think it was like 20 to 30 different side hustles or different jobs that I've worked. And I think half of them were working for someone else. And for me, I just hated it. You know, you have to experience something to realize it is not for you. Even if you think you don't like it, maybe you have never worked for someone else, you have to go do that thing. You have to work for someone else in order to actually realize how shit it actually is. Because for me, it really opened up my eyes. I worked for multiple other people and it really just didn't feel right. it is working for someone else's dreams, while I can literally be working towards my own dreams and not selling my life away for an hour. You're literally selling your life away. Here's an hour of my life. I would rather use that hour to work towards my own goals and work on my own dreams. So that's the first thing, like the reason why I even went into any sort of online business model. But then trading really stuck out to me, outside of dropshipping or SMMA. It was really because of the self-improvement that you will notice. You know, I've heard it once, and you know, with dropshipping, SMMA, all this other reselling, whatever business model you may do or thought about doing, you won't experience or achieve the type of self-improvement that trading actually offers you. You won't learn about greed, you won't learn about patience, you won't learn about FOMO. All of this stuff that you will experience on the chart will also impact your life out of the charts. You know, all of these emotions, all of these qualities that you will learn by trading, all of these emotions that you will learn by trading and by failing again, they will help your life outside of the chart so much more than you actually think. Having these qualities, learning how to handle greed, learning how to be way more patient, it will put you above all of these other people so much more than you actually realize. Because all of this stuff you don't get with dropshipping or any other business model. So the main thing why I chose trading was just because of the self-improvement and just the ease of being able to travel, because traveling is a very big dream of mine. I want to travel as soon as I'm like out of high school. So being able to just hop on a laptop, of course you can lose money, of course you can crash out, of course all of these other stuff can happen, but if you're actually profitable and you actually learn the skill of trading, you can be wherever in the world, trade for an hour, maybe even 50 minutes, you know, you don't know how long it's going to take. You can trade for such a small period of your day and just enjoy the rest of your day. You don't gotta sell your hours away. You don't have to call with clients. You don't have to call with suppliers. It is you versus you. Trading really is you versus you. If you don't perform well, you won't get the results. You don't have any other suppliers or business partners or anyone that can help you, or, you know, that can help you or bring you down. It's really just you versus you in trading. So I think those are like the main three things why I really chose trading. It is you versus you. The self-improvement that you will experience is uncomparable to any other business model. And it's just, you can do it wherever in the world. You're completely independent. That's what really stuck out to me above these other online business models. That also connects with the next question. It is from Delano. He asked, when did you know trading was what you wanted to do? And it was mainly, as I said before, I just was looking for any sort of business model online because I did not want to work for someone else's goals. I wanted to pursue my own goals, my own thing, and actually wanted to improve myself. And as soon as I noticed trading, a friend of mine told me actually about trading. I'll go more in depth about that in a second, but as soon as I heard about trading and I heard the benefits and the process that it takes and just the discipline that you'll learn, just all of these side effects from trading, that is when I knew this is what I wanted to pursue. Because even though I knew what type of struggles you had to go through, I knew trading was for me, and this is something that I wanted to pursue, and I'm really glad that I never gave up. That brings us to our third question. He asked, same from Delano, appreciate you asking so many questions, you sent in quite a lot. He asked, did being around people with different goals ever affect you? Now, this is pretty interesting because of course I will have friends, I will have people in school, I will have people that I hang around with who have other goals, and I still do. And of course these people are still my friends, but the main thing here is, instead of letting those people bring you down, the thing that I do or try to do is bring them up. You know, I've got a pretty small group of friends. I appreciate them for being super supportive, but instead of thinking, okay, you know, they don't want to pursue content, they don't want to do day trading, they think it's like, it's sketchy, it's a scam, they don't want to do that, you know, they just want to follow the normal path, they just want to go to university, they just want to do all of this stuff. Instead of thinking, okay, maybe I should follow their goals, bring them up to yours. As soon as I don't know if I'm the first one in our friend group to start posting content, but as soon as I started posting content and learn about day trade and started to day trade, I've put on, well, me on, and then both of us basically put on our whole friend group. So instead of letting them pull us down, we basically said, hey, we are doing this, you know, these are the opportunities, this is what trading and stuff can get you, and this is basically what our goals are, this is basically our vision for our future. as soon as we told them about our goals and our future and our view for our future, from that moment, they also started to come with us. You know, almost all of them started to day trade. Almost all of them started to watch TGR Bootcamp. Some came further than the other. But of course, you know, it's at least better than letting them pull you down. It is way better to pull them up. So did being around people with different goals ever affect you? Of course, it affected me a bit, but instead of letting me affect it negatively, I just brought them up with me, or at least I'm still trying to. I'm trying to bring them up with me. Almost half of them started posting content as well, and more than half of them, besides like one guy, all are now and, you know, pursuing, actually realizing that there's more to life than just school, university, work, die. Or basically a statement from Winston is, you'll probably hit on it anyways, but go in depth on your whole journey up to this point. So I think this is pretty interesting. Some of you might know, some of you might don't. I started trading in around December of 2024. I started watching TGR's Bootcamp. I think that's where almost everyone starts. Started watching TGR's Bootcamp in about November, December 2024. Friend of mine, really close friend of mine, he put me on to day trading, but he told me about day trading and something that he found online, and he told me he was looking for a skill that he can really pursue, and not just some quick money scheme, like maybe like fintech reselling, not something, no quick money. He wanted to learn an actual skill, and he told me about it like a month later, and then it was just like a first impression. I cannot really explain it, but the first moment I heard about it and I heard about trading, I think a lot of other profitable traders might find themselves in this story. The first moment that I heard about trading, it was like an instant click for me. You know, it was just, I knew right off the bat, I knew that this is what I wanted to do. I watched like 1 or 2 videos. I already knew this is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to pursue. This is where I'm going to get good at. This skill is what I am going to learn. So that is basically my start. You know, I heard about it in around October, November 2024. Then I watched TGR's Bootcamp in December of 2024, and then January of 2025. I think I wrapped it up pretty quick because like, I was watching like 4 videos a day. I was like locked in. I was taking notes. Let's wait 1 sec here. I have this notebook here. I think it's pretty sick. This is like, I have almost everything written in here. This is like my whole thing from TGR Bootcamp and my journal after that. You know, my affirmations, all of this stuff I have written in here. This is like my holy book. So yeah, basically how I started is I watched TGR Bootcamp after my friend put me on. Then I think I just got into this space and like online of ICT concepts and more like IFEGs. I started learning about IFEGs from like Dodgy and Lewis, but looking back, it's not really, I wouldn't advise to learn like from Lewis or Dodgy, to be honest. Then slowly after that, I heard about PB trading. I also, in the meantime, in about, I think it was like March or April, I just started joining like some free Discords. I did some free streams. Shout out Chris. I don't think he's really active anymore. I bought that account on a 10k Forex, stuck on that for like 2 to 3 months, not even more. I think like after 3 months, I said, you know, why am I still on this Forex account? You know, I couldn't really buy evals. I think I was 16 at the time, 16 or 15. I'm still 16 right now, turning 17 in a few weeks. But I was 15 or 16. I was on a 10k Forex account, and it was just so bad. Like, it was NAS 100. My emotions were so bad. I did not know what I was doing. On the 10k account, I was risking like $12 to $20 on one trade, I remember, and it lost, and I was just stressed the fuck out. I was shaking every day. I would hop on, and it was CFDs as well. So yeah, it was not a great time. It did teach me a lot about myself and about, trading. So I think that's a pretty cheap way to learn all of these emotions and stuff. So yeah, that is that. I started off with TGR Bootcamp, then hopped on a 10k Forex account, stuck on that for multiple months, didn't see any progress. It was just slowly going down, my P&L and my balance. So then I decided it is time to level up this trading. I stopped trading CFDs. I recommend anyone who is trading CFDs hop off trading CFDs. That is when I bought my first 50k futures account. I don't really like talking about which prop firms and allocation and accounts and all that stuff. I hopped on my first 50k futures account on a prop firm. Then I passed that. So it's basically my first real eval. Of course, I still had the 10k eval laying. It was probably like 50% through its drawdown, but it was just like no progress. So hopped on a futures account. Then I passed it using. So I don't think a lot of people notice about me. I used to risk $200 on eval on every trade, because basically how I used to trade evals in the start, which brought me to the level of trading where I am right now, is risking 200 on an eval, 250, sometimes even less. I know for some people it might sound crazy, some people might call me stupid, but the reason I did it is because I was more focused on learning the skill than to actually make money quick, because I knew trading was going to be a long-term thing. Learning the skill will be more important than who is the quickest to get a payout. You know, I could get a payout in 2 months if I keep full porting evals, or I can take it slow. I can actually learn the skill, and I can use an eval to learn the skill. I can risk 200, I can learn trade management, I can learn discipline, I can learn how to execute on A+ setups, all of that for just $50 a month. I can learn this whole skill instead of buying a new eval every few days. So I used to risk 200 because I knew learning the skill is way more valuable than full porting new evals and trying to get the payout the quickest. Of course, if you are profitable and you have gotten multiple payouts, I would say to full port your evals, and you know, you don't want to be in eval jail. But if you're just starting out, do not full port your evals, just risk light. Don't risk more than 1% per trade, because learning the skill will actually get you there. Because if you're just full porting your evals, try to pass it in 2 days. What do you think will happen if you come on the funded stage? You are also going to full port. You have never learned the skill to risk manage. You have never learned to only take A+ setups. You have never learned to risk manage. You have never learned to accept losses. You don't know how to actually trade. You just know how to full port your eval in 2 days. You know, you don't have the skill set to trade on a funded. So risk 200, 250, 300, 400 on your eval if you're just starting out. Don't risk more than 1%. Because you need to learn the skill. Focus on actual good risk management and focus on learning the skill rather than who can get the payout the quickest. But I still gotta continue. So TGR Bootcamp, 10k Forex account, first 50k, I passed it using 200 risk and full porting NFP once. So I made like 2k risking 200, I think, and then made 1.5k full porting. I passed the account, I did the and then I got banned. So, you know, that's like, you will of course have these setbacks, you know, maybe not these exact setbacks, but everyone experiences those types of setbacks in their trading. Doesn't matter if it's P&L wise or eval wise, or, you know, getting banned because you're not 18, maybe you fucked up. I don't want to go into it too much, but I fucked up the KYC. Don't ask me about it, but I got banned after I passed my first eval. I was happy as shit. I was jolly. I thought this is going to get me my first payout. So whenever you are up this high within your your mind is through the roof, you think, damn, I passed my first ever account. This was the second account that I bought, and I've never before. I passed it straight away. Took about a month or a month and a half, and then boom, everything goes straight down. You don't have any accounts anymore. You have that little shitty 50% drawdown account, and then you are, boom, everything goes downhill. Looks like you did 2 months worth basically nothing, thrown all in the trash. But these are the types of moments that you know, I went off of school. I remember it was a Monday. I got the email from the prop firm, said your KYC failed, you are now banned. I went home and I was sad the whole day. I just told my parents I was sick, but I was down bad. Even though, like, talking about it now, of course, it doesn't sound too bad, you know, it's just like a prop firm, like who really cares? I went home that day a few hours early. I just told everyone that I was sick. You know, you guys can you know, think about what you think, you know, it's just one eval. But for me, that was like months and months worth of progress thrown in the trash. I didn't think about giving up, but it was close about thinking about giving up, because I just got banned on the one firm that I could actually trade on. 2-3 months of progress, like a year of learning, like 8 months, 9 months of learning, boom, everything gone. And of course I still had the skill set and everything, but it just felt like I could never buy an account anymore. But yeah, that's besides the point. I got back up, paper traded for about a week. So after that little setback, I asked my parents if I could get another account, and they were fine with it. They always support me in the stuff that I do. They still think it's kind of gambling, but I'm not really trying to like argue with them. I'm just doing my thing, and they let me do my thing, which I'm really grateful for. So yeah, then I got my other account on a different prop firm. Then I think I spent like 2 months on the eval again, because I was still like, I'm not trying to blow the account. I cannot keep buying accounts, and I got rinse and repeat prop firms. So I was really careful on those accounts. On that one account, I passed it again. Up until that date, I've still not blown an account yet. And then, yeah, I think that just undefunded, I went into deep drawdown. Then still with 200 risk, I climbed back up. I went in over 1K in drawdown. Then with 200 risk, I climbed back up, got my payouts, and now I'm pretty consistently getting payouts. So yeah, that is basically my journey in a nutshell. And yeah, I think that's it. I think we'll wrap up the vlog there. It's been pretty fun. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're still here, leave something in the comments, and make sure to join up the free Discord as well. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out.